Hey, it's Kate here. Sorry for taking forever long to do another video. I've just been ridiculously busy. I've got stuff all over my face. But I've just been crazy busy. I didn't really explain last time that what the donations were about. So what's going on with that is I help run a charity called Helping My City Homeless. I don't really want to put that out there, but um, what we do is we go straight to the people who need it and we give them food. Today we just got back and we were able to do 275 meal kits. So what we do is we basically have a bag and we put, as much food as we can fit into like a grocery bag. So this week we did um, peanut butter sandwiches, each bag. I did like a live to my Facebook, and I don't know how to put that over here, but we had like 30 boxes of chips. We had all sorts of boxes of candy. Like these weird little, like, this is one of the things that I got, like, just because there's too many of them. It's like this tapenade stuff that's really fancy that I guess the Bishop Storehouse donated, and it had like crackers in it and stuff, so it's like a green olive tapenade. Um, and just little stuff like that was donated. We also put hot hands, a water bottle, a Capri Sun, and a bunch of other stuff in each bag. We were able to make 275 of those bags, which was amazing. And we actually, tonight, we ran out of food and there were still people that wanted more food. And then Press Together, which is a company that is sponsoring us here locally, they donated over 300 ponchos, pants, and shoe covers that are all completely waterproof. Where we're running into spring now, it's very, very wet in Utah. We get lots of rain showers, so people were super excited to have waterproof gear. So today was a great day. We helped a lot of people. We helped a lot of people yesterday, and then next weekend we're doing chili and bringing out chili to everyone. Just because it's warm, but it's harder to get donations at this point because the warmer weather is coming out. So people are like, oh, people don't need help anymore. But um, we're still going to push for it. We're still getting donations. They have slowed a little bit, but we're still pushing forward with that. As far as the investigation goes that I was running, um, since the mainstream media, since Fox News came and talked to the shelter and everything, they actually did fire some of the people that were, I talked to the homeless today. They said they fired one of the guys that was known for stealing donations and another lady that was really just cruel to the homeless. So we made a difference, guys. We did it. I got, for now, everything there is good. The donations are getting out for the most part. They have slowed again on the donation bins, but they're actually letting people in. So there haven't been any long lines, but the thing is it's not super cold anymore, and there weren't nearly as many people at the shelter, so we're hoping that they were able to get housing, but my guess is that they've all just moved into camps, because it's not so cold at night now that you could freeze to death. So I think a lot of them are out in the camps, and with these camps, they've been cracking down really hard on the homeless in Utah. It is now illegal to camp. It is illegal to be homeless, actually. There was a guy that we were talking to, and the police will just follow them. So they're very, very strict with who they let know about the camps. Other homeless can actually get kicked out for letting strangers in, basically, because they move their camp every month to a new location because of the constant police harassment, because it's illegal in the state of Utah to not have a mailing address. So if you don't have a mailing address, you can either get a fine of up to $600 or 6 months in jail. And these people don't have any money, so they're putting them in jail. And we talked to one of the older gentlemen, my friend there, the Vietnam Navy vet, the guy that I've talked to you guys about before. He was still there. I talked with him, and he said that, half the people that were there before got arrested. That they went and raided a camp and arrested everybody there, gave them tickets for littering because they didn't even allow them to pick up their stuff. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but all of this started with Operation Rio Grande. And I'm going to try and get some footage down by in Salt Lake at the Road Home Shelter that was just recently closed, which is actually why we had such a huge traffic flow here, because they were just giving one-way bus tickets to other shelters, other cities, to get them out of Utah or out of Salt Lake, because Salt Lake is now top in the nation for helping the homeless. Isn't that great? And lots of other states are following suit. When all they did was they, closed the shelter, and then for anybody that couldn't be housed by the new shelters, which, to put this in perspective, hi Floof, we have a guest star. Hiya Floof. But, hi baby boy. Hi, I love you. Yes, I can hear you purring. I know you, I'm paying attention to something else, dude. I will love you right after, okay? Just come here. Come here. Oh, you just farted at me. Okay, well, that was classy. Anyways, you're brat. Yeah, you're brat. Yes, you are. I love you. Okay, sorry about that. So back to my tangent here. The road home, sorry, he's knocking my phone all over the place trying to get loves. Here, I'll put it this way so you can see what's happening here. He's like, just love me, don't pay attention to other stuff. But anyway, so what I was saying is the Road Home Shelter housed 1,200 people. The two new shelters they opened, a men's shelter and a women's shelter. Hi, Floof. Do you want to say hi? Yeah, do you want to say hi? They can see all my my Mountain Dew cans in the background now. No, you're just gonna show them that I'm dirty. And I haven't cleaned up my room. Thanks for that. Yeah, thank you. I'm just chilling here. I'm waiting for loves. Yeah, hi. So, the new shelters, there's a men's and a women's shelter. And, there's a men's and a women's shelter that only hold 400 people each. So that leaves, another 600 people that have no place to go. So they're sending them all down here and arresting anybody else. During Operation Rio Grande, they actually, watched the homeless for a month straight. So every day they were undercover watching them, and made over 300 arrests, which, I'm sorry, anybody, even if you're a law-abiding citizen, if somebody is watching you nonstop for a month, at some point they're going to catch you breaking a law. So the fact that they used that to arrest so many people was just insane, and now all these people have criminal records, which just exacerbates the problem, because now they can't get a job because they have a record. And it's getting worse. The state of Utah is cracking down even harder. They're trying, following the homeless. So the homeless will actually go and walk 4 miles, around where the camp is, but not actually go in it first, because they're afraid that they'll get followed and then the camps will get raided, because, we are dealing with the homeless community here. There are people out there that are struggling with addiction. I mean, a lot of them here in Utah aren't, but it is still a key factor. And because of that, the police officers don't, it's public property usually where they are, and they have probable cause because it's a homeless camp. So there's going to be, meth there. There's going to be heroin there. There's probably going to be marijuana. There's going to be drugs there. So that's all all they need to go in there and bust these people. And they don't even need that anymore since, last year. It was last year that they made it officially 100% illegal to camp outside if you have not paid for that spot. So they can just arrest you. They'll take all your stuff. They immediately throw it away. They don't keep it for you or anything like that. And then basically you get out of jail and they're like, well, do you have a house yet? You don't have an address? Well, get back in. And it honestly sickens me because we pay about $42,000 per prisoner here in Utah. So $42,000 per person to put a roof over their head, give them 3 square meals a day and a criminal record. Why can't we use that money, just give them $42,000 each for the year and get them an actual freaking house or an apartment complex? And speaking of which, the Road Home shelter that they closed conveniently now has brand new, super expensive for this area apartments starting at $1,200 for a studio. $1,200 for a freaking studio in downtown Salt Lake. That now all of the prices have mysteriously gone up since they closed the shelter. So they closed that shelter specifically to get property values up, because there was crime in that area and drug in that area and transient activity. So they just closed the shelter. Now they're on opposite sides of the city. They're about 40 blocks away from each other. And they're men's and women's shelters, meaning couples or people that are married or together, they have to walk 40 blocks. There's one gentleman I talked to that moved down here because he was sick of him and his wife having to walk 40 blocks because he would drop her off, didn't feel comfortable letting her walk around at night, which I thought was nice, but didn't feel comfortable letting her walk alone by herself. So he would take her, to drop her off at the shelter, and then he'd have to walk, and he'd say most of the time he wouldn't make it to the shelter on time, and then they wouldn't let him in because he was dropping off his wife, then had to walk the 40 blocks back over to the men's shelter, and they closed their doors at I think it's like 8 o'clock. They open them at about 6 o'clock, and then if you're not there between 6 and 8, they don't let you in. So, and 40 blocks is a long way to walk. That's a couple of miles between shelters. And a lot of people out there, they're couples. They're people that are, a relationship that's struggling and trying to get back on their feet together. And now they can't even stay in the same place because they would rather sell expensive apartments in downtown Salt Lake. But I'm still gonna, keep fighting it, keep doing what I can to improve the situation in my city. Like I said, we're doing chili for 200 on Sunday. And I'll try and be better with doing updates on here. It's just been, I've been more focused on getting this done and everything. And YouTube is kind of fallen down on the priorities list a little bit because I want to be out there helping people, not sitting here on YouTube in my room talking to a phone, telling you guys about what I'm doing. So I'm going to try and be better about that, but no promises. Mainly where the investigation portion, is just kaput after Fox got a hold of it, and it seems to be okay now. This won't be for investigations anymore. So I'm probably going to do stuff on my channel that I just find interesting. So, maybe a couple fishing lessons for you guys, talk about how to, make survival shelters and the kind of stuff that I'm into that fits into the Fugel fams. So I'm just going to do stuff like that, occasionally do updates on where we're at with the shelter and how, the homeless are doing and stuff like that. But probably for the most part, this channel is going to be dead. I hope not, but like I said, my priorities have changed, and this isn't really a priority for me anymore. I mean, it is, but it isn't, when I have time, I'll do it, but if I don't have time, I'm not gonna move stuff around, like picking up donations and whatnot to be able to accommodate for like a YouTube schedule, so it's gonna be really sporadic when I post. But I just wanted to say, for everybody that's here, all 29 of you, I love you. I think you are all amazing people. Thank you so much for your support. And hopefully I'll be a little bit more active. But I just wanted to give you this update, let you know what's going on. And you guys be safe out there. Be prepared. And also be that one spark of love, because you know what it can do. Start a wildfire of change. Well, I love you guys. I'm sorry about this messy video with guest stars and all sorts of stuff, but I just wanted to do a quick one. And now I'm going to go to bed because I've been outside in the cold all day. But I love you guys. Be safe. God bless.